This is the year-end special presentation of Pro-Politics for Peace for the year 2016. This is a full recount of the series of major activities, events, and undertakings of the project, which were organized and facilitated around the topic of autonomy, governance, ARMM politics, federalism, Bangsamoro, and the Mindanao peace process. In 2016, Pro-Politics for Peace provided wider arena for harnessing the informed participation of political leaders and local government units in the evolving broader Mindanao peace process. Likewise, it served as bridge, connecting the political leaders and key stakeholders with the peace process mechanisms to promote constructive and productive intergovernmental relations in the envisioned Bangsamoro regional government. The year 2016 opened on the downside for the Mindanao peace process. By the first month of the year, it was already clear to everyone that Congress would not be able to pass the proposed law before the Aquino administration would end in June 2016. The Pro-Politics project was in the right position to provide the needed sustaining element to marshal the LGU's concerns through the impasse. The non-passage of the BBL demanded even more the intensification of our efforts to sustain the political leaders' support of the CAB. With a change in political leadership and a new frame for the political peace roadmap, the project continued to engage with the political structure of the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao and its adjacent provinces and municipalities through dialogues, capacity building activities, and researches, being consistent with the goal of shaping the informed and principled participation of political leaders, women leaders, traditional leaders, Muslim religious leaders, and key stakeholders in the broader Mindanao peace process. Fourteen activities were conducted from January to June 2016. These are the following: 6 multi-stakeholder forums, RTD dialogue, and orientation workshops on the BBL and the broader peace process. 1 planning session between the Pro-Politics project and the Joint Normalization Committee. 1 regional RTD on peace and security in the context of normalization. 1 national forum on the implication of the non-passage of the BBL to the peace process. 5 series of FGDs and technical session on the framework of local governance for the Bangsamoro. The project started the year with a series of forums and consultations facilitated by the Philippine Center for Islam and Democracy, connecting with the Muslim women leaders from the mainland, Mindanao and Lanao del Sur, and island provinces, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi of ARMM. The women participants came from different sectors of the academe, civil society, peace advocacy groups, youth, security, and the media. The outcome of the dialogues and forums strengthened the resolve of the participants to protect the CAB and to work for the sustainability of the broader peace process. A milestone of the activity was the series of dialogues on the BBL and the peace process in the 5 provinces of ARMM that started early 2016. The growing anxiety over the non-passage of the BBL and the jittery peace and security situation of Lanao del Sur and Marawi City compelled some concerned citizens and CSOs to call for an up-close dialogue between and among the leaders of government agencies and special bodies, leaders of the civil society, AFP officials, and the Joint Normalization Committee of the GPH-MILF talks. The CSO-led roundtable discussion jumped off from the clamor that the peace and order environment of Lanao del Sur and Marawi City currently calls for citizens' contribution to security sector efforts in consideration of the delay in the passage of the BBL, among others. Various incidents, including the serious threat of drugs and extremist group, are seen to be the causes of escalating criminality over the past months. The current peace process between the government of the Philippines and Moro Islamic Liberation Front was apportioned a huge setback in late February 2016 with the non-passage of the Bangsamoro Basic Law. With the BBL's failure to be enacted, experts from the national and regional security sector were invited to discuss its implication to the peace and security in an experts forum workshop. The non-passage of the Bangsamoro Basic Law implication to peace and security happened last April 2016. The forum workshop presented the experts' assessment on the current peace and security concerns after the non-passage of the BBL. The discussions comprised 13 key officials from among security department of the government. These include the Philippine National Police Peace Process and Development Office, Department of National Defense, Coordinating Committee on the Cessation of Hostilities, Armed Forces of the Philippines Peace Process Office, GPH Ad Hoc Joint Action Groups, GPH Joint Normalization Committee, and other stakeholders coming from the University of the Philippines and the International Alert. ProPolitics pursued the study framework of local governance in the ARMM as election fever started to heat up in January 2016. A series of technical sessions and FGDs conducted by the Local Government Development Foundation involved the regional officials, LGUs, women political leaders, traditional leaders, and CSOs in in-depth discussion and assessment of local governance in the ARMM. Likewise, the ProPolitics for Peace project, in collaboration with the House of Representatives through its Congressional Policy and Budget Research Department, is undertaking a case study on the ARMM, drawing lessons for setting up regional governments under a federal system, which aims to build supplemental database for the impending congressional discussion on the proposed shift to the federal system of governance in the Philippines. The package of policy analysis and recommendations is expected to publish in 2017, altogether to serve as base for the continuing discussion with the LGUs and thereafter in the national legislative discussions on federalism. In November 2016, the ProPolitics for Peace project organized a regional conference on a federalism and all-inclusive political platforms for Southern Philippines. This was undertaken in collaboration with the Kusog Mindanao. Kusog Mindanao is a platform of dialogue where government, business, NGOs, religious and political leaders, and organizations of Mindanao meet with the end in view of strengthening the voice of Mindanao in national policies and programs. Since 1994, Kusog Mindanao has consistently advocated issues that Mindanao's leaders have built a consensus on: equitable share and role in the national budget and government, good governance, and Mindanao peace and development. Pro-Politics for Peace gathered a pool of speakers and facilitators to help facilitate the conduct of forums and RTDs on the issues of autonomy, federalism, governance, and the Mindanao peace advocacy in a workshop conducted early in September 2016. The activity aimed to understand the peace roadmap, challenges and opportunities, and also to understand the critical issues in implementing the peace agreements in the current context and how best to communicate these opportunities and challenges to key stakeholders. The LGUs of ARMM and local political leaders engage in dialogues and discussion to understand and build support around the newly defined political peace roadmap of the national administration. Inputs include the critical understanding of the proposed transition to a federal form of government connecting the local and regional issues of intergovernmental relations, fiscal autonomy, and socio-cultural parameters of governance with the national government. Entitled Forum on Autonomy, Federalism, and the Mindanao Peace Process, series of forums were conducted from September to December 2016 in Basilan. Sulu. Tawi-Tawi. Zamboanga City. And Iligan City. More than 100 participants in each venue articulated their ideas and recommendation on the new and renewed political roadmap to Mindanao peace. The series of activities were facilitated by the implementing partners, Zamboanga Basilan Integrated Development Alliance Incorporated and Philippine Center for Islam and Democracy. A forum on federalism, autonomy, and Mindanao peace process with the Bangsamoro diaspora capped the series of pro-politics for peace activities for 2016. The forum was organized to engage the Bangsamoro diaspora on the Duterte administration's push for a shift to federal system of government, facilitated by the project's implementing partner, Philippine Center for Islam and Democracy, The August Forum participants include the leaders of the Bangsamoro Business Association in Green Hills, media, academe, security sector, and political leaders.